Yo, what is up everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. So today I'm bringing you another topping deck profile. So this is essentially Kashtira, Tearlament, Punk, Synchron. It's very interesting, and I've got a spicy tech in here that I'm sure you guys will enjoy. So let's get into the profile. Start off with the Kashtira engine, 3 Fenrir, 1 Unicorn, and then 3 Tearlament Kashtira. And that's actually not even it. We also play the Scareclaw Kashtira and the Rise Heart. So pretty decently heavy tier package, actually. Or, what's it called? Kashtira package. And the extra deck does support that as well. But we'll get into that in a bit. Next up, some of the tier names. We play the 1 Rhino Heart, 1 Sharon, 1 Merrily, and 1 Halfness. Then next up, what we're fusing with, we've exclusively reduced this down to Fusion Parasite. I don't own a Guardian Chimera or Beast Kings of the Swamp, so I went with Fusion Parasite. I went to the database, I looked up anything that had substitute in its text. This was one of the ones that is one of our options. I like that it's level 1, so I do play 1-for-1 in the deck, so you can bring it out. And if it's special summoned, either by 1-for-1 or Cross Sheep effect to Reborn from Graveyard, you can fusion summon on the field using it as material. So it's just really strong. I did do that in tournament, actually. I 1-for-1'd it out, fused with the Sharon that I had on field, and then I got to fuse with the Sharon in Graveyard after that. So, yeah, I like this over King of the Swamps, since, like I said, I don't play the polymerization. Next up, the Ishizu Shufflers. I think these are cuttable, but I don't play the Agito anymore. I just play the 3, the Kelbeck, the Medora, and the Keldo now. Next up is the Punk package. So we got the 1 Xiamen, the 1 Foxy Tune, and the 1 Deer Note. If you watched my Kashtira Punk deck profile and combos, you probably saw like what you can do with this. E-Tally by itself can either give you a rank 8, or it can give you the Cyframe Lord Omega and the Baron de Fleur. And like you'll just do full combo on top of that later. If you like have like Kashtira, Unicorn, and like Birth, for example, like that's already full combo. Next up, the Revolution package, or the Synchron package rather, the 2 Revolutions and the Jet. We do play the 3 tuning with this as well. We're making level 8 synchros, level 7 synchros, level 10 synchros. Like, this is just insane. So it's a very weird deck already. 45 cards. I'm trying to figure out how I can cut it down to 40. I think the tier package is not giving me as much value as I thought it would. I might switch it out with a different package that revolves around field spells. But yeah, I just really wanted it to work with the Tearlament's Kashtira. But next up, we've got our planets. So we got the 2 Planet Pellerino and then the 2 Planet Raceloth. Next up, those tunings that I talked about, here they are. Next up is the Emergency Teleport. So all these spells are consistency spells. This gets you to your Punk package. This gets you to your Synchron package. This gets you to your Kashtira package. And this gets you to your Tearlament package. Next up, we do play 2 Birth and then the 1 Theosis. I like these ratios. Whenever you have access to your Unicorn, which is pretty often, because you play 2 planets and then the Terraforming, and then obviously the 1 Unicorn in 45, so you are actually seeing it. I saw it a few times today. And a lot of times you're just milling your deck and hard drawing the Birth anyway. I might even bump this up to 3, but it's just really strong. And even sometimes you can use the Banish effect of this off your Rise Heart to actually add back something, which is really, really nice. I love this as an engine instead of a deck, because the deck loses to itself, but when it says an engine, then you can depend on your other engine. Next up, some of the tier cards. We do play the Scream and the Grief. For the spells, I cut Heartbeat, and I was so sad about it, but we don't play Kaleido Heart anymore, so you can't, like, target to sending certain stuff. Like, it's just a random mill. Then we've got our Terraforming to search one of our 2 field spells. Ancient Fairy Dragon is really cool to pop one of the field spells and add the other one, which is nice, and add 1,000 life points. The 1-for-1 that I mentioned for the Fusion Parasite. You could technically summon Jet Synchron off this, but I don't know why you would. Instant Fusion. So this is for Millenniumize Restrict. Did I say Thousand-Eyes? I meant Millenniumize. And then also Mud Dragon of the Swamp. So you could have a level 4 body for yourself. Next, the Traps. Just 1 Celiac and 1 Trivi Karma. So very weird 45 card deck. It does need some work. Some of the hands I found were pretty poor. I didn't play Garura today, and that was a big mistake. So if I do keep the tier package in, I'm definitely going to be putting a Garura in the extra deck, because there were so many times where I had absolutely nothing to fuse with, and I had no way to bring back a name. Literally, the only fusion target in the entire deck is the Fusion Parasite. So if you mill a tier name and you don't have Fusion Parasite, you are literally not fusing. So that was my mistake, but we learned it out here. I just wanted to try it out. Extra deck is pretty sweet. This is any tier monster and Fusion Parasite or Instant Fusion. This is also Instant Fusion, but you can only fuse with your dark extra deck monsters because you don't have any dark main deck monsters. So the 1 tier name and any non-tier name that's a dark. So basically anything else that's dark in your extra deck, like 1,000-Eyes or Millennium-Eyes, the Dracostapelia, the Grapha, your Kashtira Rise Heart, and then one of the spicy techs. Like, you just need a dark for this. So I actually sided this out for one of the side tech cards that you'll see. Next up, we've got the 1 Dracostapelia. This will just help you recycle. So if once you get any of your fusions out and they're in the graveyard, you can go ahead and put them back into your extra deck for future fusion plays by running this card, which is why I devoted one of the slots to this. It's a shame that I don't have room for Super Poly, but I don't even have room for all the targets. Next up, you've got the Rule Kalos. And then, yeah, so Fusion Parasite as well. And then also the last Fusion Parasite target is the Grapha. That's all the fusions. Next up, we've got Synchros. So Ancient Fairy Dragon, this can climb up into Visas Aritama. This also can special summon a monster from your hand and get it on the board, which is really powerful. And then, yeah, Amritara literally searches anything in your deck on the tier side of things. That mentions Visas Starfrost. We also play Cypher Emerald Omega. Usually go into this when you're doing your Punk plays. And then you're going to overlay this with the Foxy Tune to make the spicy rank 8 tech that I play. And then you can use Omega's Graveyard Effect to shuffle it back into your extra deck and put back one of your engine pieces if you want, or target removal one of your opponent's cards, which is really nice. Or if you end up not going the rank 8 route, you'll end on this Baron plus full Kashtira combo, which lets you rip a card from your opponent's hand or return something from Banished to Graveyard. Next up, we're still playing the Dragite. We do play a lot of Waters in this deck, and they're usually in the graveyard. And you don't have to make this with like a tuner or like a synchro monster or anything like Crystal Wing. This is way more generic. You can make this with a Jet Synchron and a Tearlament's Kashtira. And that Tearlament's Kashtira is a water in your graveyard for you to be able to negate a spell and trap. And then 5th synchro is the Baron de Fleur. This is just crazy. You want to make this as soon as possible. I didn't even notice when I was building this that it was 5 fusions, 5 synchros. Next up, we've got Xyz. The 1 Shangri-Ira, the 1 Arise Heart, the 1 Spicy Tech, the Zombie Vampire. So you can detach a material from this, and both players mill 4 cards. Then from those 8 cards that were milled, you select a monster and you special summon it to your field. So insanely broken. I kind of want to run Grangunal the Cartesia monster with this card, just because it's not too easy to make 8s, but like usually you'll end on this just chilling there on the field. The Visas Armoritara. So that's just a level 8 just chilling, waiting for you to do something with it. But Zombie Vampire did come up in tournament. It was really nice. Didn't mill anything really good, but still got to do its effect. The one Zeus now, and then the Cross Sheep for the final monster. Remember to do all of your other plays before you lock yourself into XYZs with your Kashtira cards. Next up, side deck. So we were like, let's play a 16-card extra deck. So the Black Rose Dragon came in. I usually took out either the Mud Dragon or... What else did I take out? I think I took out the Dragite once. Can't remember. But yeah, the theory is you do have very easy access to level 4s in this deck. Your Kashtira field spell can get you Fenrir, which gets you Rise Heart. Your Tear field spell can get you either Sharon or Rhino Heart. And you have the Ishizu Shufflers and then the one Shizu Miller. Any of those with the 3 tuning or the 2 Revolution Synchrons. And going second, you have a blow up your opponent's board and then continue to play. Because if this resolves, and you have like a Kashtira monster in your hand, you get to special summon it and start your combo that way. So I just really like Black Rose. And being able to abuse Revolution Synchron like that is just so phenomenal. And in addition to that, since we're already playing the Punk package, which helps you climb up into level 10 Synchro and whatnot, that actually also ends up working really well as a normal summon if you only draw a Kashtira hand and no level 4s that you want to climb up into that part of the Tearlament engine using the Revolution cards. You can special summon one of your Kashtira monsters, use its effect to search if it's one of those guys, normal summon the Revolution Synchron, make your Baron Defleur, use Revolution Synchron's effect to mill one and special summon itself as a level 1 tuner, and then your other Kashtira monster can make a Synchro 8. So you can make your Omega right there. So it's basically like having an additional Punk package. It just makes the Punk engine more consistent in making Baron Defleur. Adding the Tearlament's Kashtira gives you even more opportunities to see Kashtira monsters by having more Kashtira names. And it just makes the deck more consistent and more strong to have the Revolution package in there. And I really like the way it meshed. It's just that the Tearlament engine was kind of falling short. But yeah, I'll be coming back with a new profile soon, I'm sure. We did play the Kaiju package. So this is really powerful. This being a level 7 Dark. And this being a level 8. You have options. You're wondering, why am I having options if my opponent's having a Kaiju? You'll see a card later on that I resolved a couple times in tournament that is very strong. We are afraid of, you know, crazy random stuff. So a small Bestial package. It's cute. It came up in tournament. I only own one Thrust, but this card's pretty good. I mean, you can search anything, basically. The one... Triple Tactics Talents, the one Harpy's Feather Duster. This card is crazy. The 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. So if it was in your graveyard and it's not the turn it was sent there, you can banish it to search one of your Kaijus. But the other broken effect is its first effect, the one that you activated on the field. You can destroy all monsters that you can on the field and special summon from your deck the... one Kaiju to your opponent's field in attack position, and another Kaiju to your field in attack position. So these are your 2 targets. You give them one, you take the other one, and then you usually either synchro with yours or overlay with it, or just beat over their monster. But yeah, this is really good at clearing boards if your opponent doesn't have the Forbidden Lance. And then the last card is another target for Thrust, the Dimensional Barrier, and that's very effective at shutting down strategies, unless they're playing something like a Link deck or a crazy deck like this, where they can go down many different avenues. It won't hurt as much. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely subscribe and keep an eye out for the next iteration of this. This is just the beginning. This deck is crazy, and it's super fun. I think it takes one of the best decks in the format, Kashtira, and it honestly takes it to the next level. It's just I need to refine it a little bit more. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and if you guys have any pointers or tips. And before someone comments it, I know that it would be really awesome if I had Beast King of the Swamp, but like I mentioned earlier in the video, I don't have access to them, and King of the Swamp just doesn't cut it as much as what you can get with Fusion Parasite. And you get to play Fusion Parasite, which is awesome. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.